afternoon. I'm here with Ramon Castillo.
Hey.
Hi. A recent graduate of UWS in 2013 who currently works for Bauer Media, and he's been working for magazines such as Top Gear and AMCN. So what were your motivations to work in graphic design?
Well, when I was in high school, I discovered a Photoshop culture on the internet, and I wanted to be able to make the kinds of artworks that I found them doing on those websites. I wanted to be able to make some nice looking artworks using the digital medium. I also was studying graphics technology back in high school. I had to design logos during that subject, and that's what made me want to look into careers into graphic design.
So has your initial inspiration continued to inspire you?
During uni, once in a while, I'd always want to make those kinds of artworks the way I used to do it back in high school, just to remind me of how I originally came to be interested in graphic design. These days, I don't really do that because I have a friend who's a musician who asked me to design an album art, and that's how I get to express some creativity through Photoshop.
Are you satisfied with what you're doing?
Yes, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for a first year graduate since I just graduated back in April 2013 officially, and I have a full-time job straight away. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm pretty glad that I got into the industry that fast, because it's pretty hard to get into the industry. A lot of competition, a lot of employers who don't even answer back to your applications. But wow, I got a job straight away.
What makes your job satisfactory?
It feels really rewarding when you design something and the art director likes it and the editors like it, just the whole team likes it. And when you design something the way it's meant to look like, it does its job, it's communicating its purpose the way it should be. That's quite satisfying.
What does your day of being a graphic designer consist of?
Well, I come into work, log in. First things I do are open all my apps, all the programs InDesign, Photoshop, Outlook for emails. Yeah, it's pretty much designing pages all day. Just designing pages. You can't design pages all day though, you gotta take a break, eat lunch, YouTube, Facebook, and back to designing. Sitting at your desk all day pretty much.
I actually like that. Did you have any expectations of the workplace before you joined?
I actually expected people to be more harsh when they direct you to do things.
Okay.
I expected a boss that's gonna yell at you like, do this, do that. Everyone was just chill. The stuff they talked about, the things they worked on, the way they worked. They have hour-long lunches because they can. It was just really chill.
They critique your work, it's just like a friendly, like you
friendly.
can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, if they don't like it, they're gonna tell you straight up. They're gonna say, oh, I don't like this, change it. They're gonna tell you, but they're still friendly. Like, they're the kind of people who go with you down to the pub and have a drink.
Okay,
They're that nice.
What have you learned about the industry so far?
I learned that it's a very tough industry. There's a lot of competition to go up against. So it's good to have some connection in the industry, some connections. Because that's how I got into Bauer Media that fast, because I did work experience and I knew the creative director of one of the magazines there. And he offered me a job after I finished uni. After working in the industry, you learn that the people behind the scenes are just real people, just like you. People that you want to have some fun with outside of work. They're exactly like you, and it makes it seem like less of another world.
Yeah, makes sense. When you apply for a job, is there a lot of showing your work to the employers?
Yeah, you've always got to show your portfolio to the employer. You've always got to show them what you can do. They're always going to be asking you, oh, can I see some of your examples, some samples of your work? And yeah, it's good to have an iPad or a tablet ready, put up your website, show them, or have a digital portfolio. They're always going to want to see what you can do. You have to know that you're still going to be learning. It's your first year out of uni, and you're going to be expected not to know much, so you're always going to be learning when you're working.
Crazy, man. What features don't you like about the workplace environment?
Well, I don't like during deadline periods, long hours, staying back until 9 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
I don't really like that because I live an hour away from the city. It's pretty much it, actually.
Just deadlines?
Yeah.
How's time management compared to Viscom in uni?
Well, with work, you've got to wake up early all the time. It's a good routine, But I do love the days when I get to sleep in.
Yeah.
I'd rather sleep in actually.
Everyone does.
Everyone loves to sleep in.
Yeah. Wait, so how early would you wake up?
6 o'clock if I want to eat my breakfast in time, take a shower,
Alright,
catch a fast train.
that's good. Yeah, like the express one.
Yeah.
Okay. What sort of challenges and contemporary issues would a graphic designer face within the industry?
Since we're a print magazine company, we've got to adapt to new technologies such as iPads, web, and all of that. So, for example, for Top Gear, we're going to be moving on to a thing called DPS, Digital Publishing Suite. We've got to redesign our magazine pages and tailor them to the iPad screen. And we've got to make it more interactive, have videos running, have slideshows running onto our magazine layouts. We've always got to be changing and adapting to new technologies. Technology is always changing, so we've always got to be changing as well for it.
Could you tell us anything surprising within the industry?
I remember the first time I worked for Top Gear, I was just ready to design a magazine layout. Then one of the writers said to me, can you take photos of the Porsche downstairs or the BMW? I was like, what? Okay. So I went down to the garage, saw the BMW, brand new. I was like, whoa. And then they were saying to me, if you're gonna drive it around, can you put petrol in it? Because it's got no petrol. I was like, okay. So I went downstairs to the garage and I just took photos of the car for the pages and the spread. And yeah, I couldn't bother to drive it around because I didn't want to pay for petrol. Then I went back upstairs.
Wow, you could actually legit
Yeah, we can take it home.
just doing the graphics part is like the same.
Yeah, like you get used to it. It's an everyday thing, the designing things. But when you get to touch the cars, that's another experience.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Along with that line, could you name any benefits of your work?
Any benefits?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you get to drive fast cars. You get to take them home, but only for 6 months at a time. Another benefit of the job is you get to do what you love. Sounds pretty cliche. And just at the end of the week, at the end of the deadline when we're sending out the files, it feels really rewarding when you send every file and you just finish an issue. That's the best feeling when you finish an issue.
Have you got any plans for the near future?
I would like to work on other design stuff. I want to work more on photo manipulations.
Yeah.
And in the future I do intend on being the art director of a team. But other than that, I haven't really thought about that far ahead. I'm just pretty happy where I am right now.
We were finished with the interview.
Nice.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for accepting the
No worries.
invitations.
Thanks for having me.
Even though you work late hours and how you end up there at like 7 p.m. and you're not getting paid for it, I'd just say how it's still worth it because you're only like fresh, you're getting experience.
You're not getting paid.
For the overtime.
Extra time.
For the extra time. I get time off in lieu though.
Like you can calculate it and organize
But
it.
yeah, but I can't be bothered to do that, so.